Do you want to lose? No matter what, you have to think we're going to beat this team.
This is the big upset.
That's the worst way to go out.
It's Pengu, the Danish superstar, will give G2 the win.
We're the kings. We can say that without sounding too arrogant.
1, 2, 3, 4! Evil geniuses! They secure it! This is Canadian unstoppable.
We got some respect after winning Atlantic City.
Team Liquid for the championship!
This time we're gonna win. I'm sure we're gonna win.
What's going happening?
We're gonna put our eyes onto Rio, and that's gonna be the next step.
Like, we wouldn't want to watch a tournament from home.
We are our worst enemy.
We definitely want revenge.
Welcome to ESL Studios in Cologne for the Rainbow Six Pro League Season 1 Final.
fast shuttle. No! Shuttle's gonna walk away from it with a double kill. Whoa, what is going on? Thinking Nade with 2 big kills, going for a third!
is your first look at the Blitz Elite set coming your way with Operation Win Bastion. Welcome back to Rio. My name is Justin Kruger, community developer on Rainbow Six Siege, and today we have a lot to go over in terms of Win Bastion details. But first, we have an esports dev diary that we'd like to go over that highlights some of the changes coming to the Season 9 in 2019 and previews a few of the upcoming changes for the Six Invitational. So without further ado, let's check out that dev diary.
Today I'm excited to be talking about the upcoming changes coming to Pro League starting next season. 6 months ago, we brought a lot of changes with the implementation of the pick and ban, the new match format, and the new league format. Now that a full season is done, we're making a minor adjustment. For the Pro League regular season, the matches will remain as best of ones. The teams will now play up to 6 rounds on each side. Up to 12 rounds can be played out. So the first team to 7 rounds will now win the map. If the score of 6-6 occurs, we have a tie. As usual, the Pro League LAN finals will be played on best-of-3 series. If a team ties at LAN, we will go to overtime. Our goal is always to make the league more competitive and to keep an even format across offline and online play. Now let's talk about some exciting updates about the pilot program. At the Paris Major, we revealed the team's charms and weapon skins. Today, we are excited to reveal the team's battle dress uniforms and headgear that we'll be releasing with Operation Win Bastion. This is the first time you will be able to represent your favorite teams from head to toe. This is without a doubt the best way to support your favorite teams, with 30% of the revenue directly going to the organizations.
Now coming up next, I'm very excited to bring you more information about the Six Invitational. First thing first, we've got 16 teams attending the event. G2, of course, were our first qualifier when they won the Six Major Paris back in August. After them, Cloud9 earned a spot in September by winning DreamHack Montreal. And today in Rio, we know our 8 Pro League contenders, the 2 best teams from each region. There will be one last offline qualifier taking place at DreamHack Winter in Sweden this December. After this, it will be up to the online qualifiers. Now, speaking of the open qualifiers, we've slightly changed the format for this year. The first phase will be a Swiss system tournament, as you know. This is a tournament where everyone can participate, so don't hesitate to register with your group of friends. After this, the best teams will move on to a double elimination bracket, where the remaining teams from Challenger League and Pro League will be waiting for them. Only the absolute best at the end of this phase will make it to the Six Invitational. We're very excited to give you an update on the prize money of the Six Invitational. We announced in August how the Pro League gold sets directly contribute to the prize money of the event. And today, in November, at this Rio Pro League final, we're excited to let you know that the prize money for the event has finally reached $1 million.
That's about it for the updates that we have for you today. We hope that you're excited as we are, and to find out more information about the match format, the pilot program, or the Six Invitational, make sure to check out our website at rainbow6.com.
Welcome back to Rio, and I'd like to welcome in the man himself, P.O. Crapin, esports manager for Rainbow Six Siege, the man in the video. How's it going, P.O.?
Pretty good, Justin. Thank you. Happy to be here to represent the team. You know, today is the end of the new 6-month season, and today we will crown a new champion. I cannot wait for these grand finals.
Yeah, end of the first 6-month season, and we talked a lot about the upcoming format in that video. There's a lot to unpack there, but we wanted to expand a little bit more on what we just saw there. So obviously, the new format is a big decision, but also I wanted to talk about why we're sticking with the best of one. That's a hot topic within the community. So why are we sticking with best of one instead of best of 3?
That's right, Justin. We heard the community, we heard the pro players' feedback. We really looked into this topic before bringing it on the table, and we really looked at every possible scenarios. And for now, the best of 3 is not possible because of our objectives and our constraints. We cannot double or triple the amount of content that we have right now.
Right, it's too much. So you talk about the objectives. How does this, keeping with the best of one format, meet our objectives?
Yeah, with the new format, we wanted to make sure that the teams play every week, that the teams also play each other twice throughout the season to make sure that they play each other on each metas. Also, a very important point, every single match is broadcasted.
Yeah, so it keeps a lot of the content in there. Now, talking about the process of these decisions. These are big decisions to make. It's the process behind the evolution of our scene. How do we as a team make these kinds of decisions?
That's right. We have a set process in place. Every big event, we have a pro workshop, just like we had last Friday. We sit with the pros and we discuss the hot topics. We also send viewer surveys every season. Then we take that information, we bring it back home, we discuss with the devs, and with ESL, we move forward with a decision that is the best for our players, of course, but for our viewers as well.
And of course, we're listening to all the feedback from the community, from those surveys, and from the amazing crowd here in Rio that has been so hyped all weekend. Now, you talked about some of the hot topics among the community. And I want to talk about one hot topic in particular, Lion. I think a lot of people have been asking the question, what is happening with Lion in the Pro League esports scene?
Yes, Justin, Lion is an operator that we faced a unique problem with. We know that he is overpowered, and today the dev team is ready to act on it. Starting next season, we will put Lion in a competitive quarantine, which means that the players will not be able to pick Lion in our esports programs. Our esports programs are the Weekly Go 4, the Challenger League, the Pro League, the Minors, and the Majors.
So I'm sure a lot of pro players out there are going to be really excited to hear that news. Lion has obviously been a problem for them. But just to be clear, it's staying in the game overall. It's just going to be removed from the esports program.
That's correct. And we do have a next step.
Yeah.
There is a possible fix in the works, and we will have a pro workshop soon to test out his rework. Until Lion is in a good place, he will remain in the competitive quarantine. And note that this is an exceptional measure and that the dev team is ready to do what it takes to keep our competitive scene as healthy as possible.
Really interesting evolution of how we approach esports. This is going to be moving forward, how we kind of make these decisions. Another evolution of our esports scene has been the Challenger League. Tell us a little bit about how the change in format of the Challenger League has helped that scene grow.
Challenger League is the only way into Pro League, so it was very important for us to have the format as close as possible to the Pro League. And today in Rio, we want to congrats all the new teams that made it into Pro League, and a special mention to Ants. They are back.
Yeah, Ents is returning, and of course in the LATAM scene, Red Devils Esports is entering into the Pro League, so that's going to be really exciting for these LATAM fans here.
Definitely, Justin, well-deserved to those teams. You know, they played 14 matches on the regular season, then they went into the playoffs, into best of 3, and then they either qualified with winning the grand finals or the Challenger League or the Pro League regulation.
Yeah, and the Challenger League is no joke, man. It's how we get these teams into the Pro League. They have to go through the grinder in order to qualify for the Pro League. And once they're there, they're met with a lot of support from our side. Now, talking about those Pro League uniforms, those are so cool. The pilot program uniforms. Back in the six majors, we revealed the weapon charms and the skins, and now we're introducing uniforms.
Yeah, very happy about our partnership that we have with those organizations. You know, we wanted the season organization to be part of our ecosystem, and we knew that everyone would benefit from this, especially the players. With the best support around them, they can do, you know, what they love best, which is competing, right?
Right.
So they can focus on that.
Yeah, the players here in Rio are loving seeing that FaZe Clan uniform.
They absolutely love it.
Yeah, but I mean, the support is no joke. I mean, we just saw Rogue showing off their fancy apartments and their really sick apartments.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it's really a special occasion when we can see a pro player tweet out, you know, today's my last day at my 9 to 5. I'm becoming full-time pro.
That's it. They are living the dream, you know? And And it's not only the teams that are in the pilot program that are benefiting from the whole ecosystem. For instance, you know, C9, they picked up a team, and we saw also on Twitter their awesome gaming house. So, you know, R6 Esports is no joke. The teams, most of the pro league teams, they have salaries. We see always when we go to these events, we see the teams boot camping around the world. So happy to see where we are now and where we are going.
Supporting the organizations, supporting the teams through all these different revenue streams. And of course, mentioned in that video, we announced that the 6th Invitational is now $1 million, and it's still counting.
That's right, Justin. It does not stop here. With the Pro League Gold Set and Chibis, you can still contribute to the prize pool of the 6th Invitational.
Yeah, and I'm so excited for us to have our first $1 million tournament. That's going to be really cool. Now, are there any other changes coming to the 6th Invitational format?
We do have a change for the format. So for this edition, for the grand finals only, we will have unlimited overtime at any given maps. So, you know, last year at the grand finals, we went to the very last map, to the very last round. So with this implementation, potentially even more competition.
Pio, that was one of my favorite moments in my entire career, seeing EG versus G2, or formerly Penta. It was one of the most thrilling, exciting matches that I've ever seen, and being a part of the 6th Invitational was so special. We were there at the first one. We were there at the second one, and we're going to be there at the third one in February 2019, celebrating this game in all its glory and celebrating the community and people. How special is this moment for us right now?
You know, Justin, last year we went bigger, and what I can tell you for the next edition is that we are going even bigger. The 6th Invitational is about competition. It's also about community. Finally, it's about the people, and the people are, the dev team is inviting the fans home to celebrate the game that they know and that they love. You know, without the fans, nothing of this would be possible. So we want to take the time today to thank the viewer watching from home, and also this incredible crowd that we have today in Rio. Obrigado.
Obrigado to all the fans here in Rio, and obrigado to all the fans viewing at home. Thank you, Pio. Give him a big round of applause. That is a quick look at your esports update for the upcoming season, Season 9. But we have so much more esports to come. We have the Season 9, start of the Season 9. We have DreamHack Winter, and we have the 6th Invitational 2019 just around the corner. So if you're an esports fan, there is a lot of to come. But of course, there is one other thing that is coming up, and that is Wind Bastion. With our 2 new operators, Kaed and Nomad, and our new map, Fortress, for bringing a brand new change to the game, and a brand new flavor. Without further ado, let's check out this short video that overviews all that content coming your way.
Operation Wind Bastion is coming to Rainbow Six Siege to knock you on your tricky new gadgets from the 2 new Moroccan operators will introduce new threats as you battle for supremacy on a new map set in the beautiful North African countryside. Let's meet Nomad. 2 speed, 2 armor, and 1 brand new way to augment your attack. The Air Jab Launcher. Attached to Nomad's primary weapons, this baby fires air jabs, sticky, proximity-triggered air blast grenades that shove operators back and throw them to the ground. The proximity trigger means you can deploy it as a trap to cover your flank, or go on the offensive and use it to knock defenders out of cover. Operators who get air jabbed are unable to shoot while they recover, so it's very effective for making a dug-in Mira take a seat for a few crucial moments, or knocking a Clash down, forcing her to place her shield on her back while she collects herself. The air jab charge doesn't do any damage by itself, but it will knock down you and your teammates if you're caught in its blast radius, so placement is key. In the right situation, you might leave a defender calling desperately for Doc, or you might knock your victim clear through a destructible wall, which is always hilarious. The air jab isn't anchored in defenders' worst nightmare, unless they've got Jaeger's ADS close by to neutralize it. With her power to knock people around, Nomad excels at putting defenders where they don't want to be, on their backs, out of cover, and exposed to the attacking team. Not to mention your AK-74 or ARX-200 assault rifles. And when it comes to guarding a planted bomb diffuser, Nomad's air jab can mean the difference between a bitter defeat and sweet, sweet victory. A devious student is only as good as her wily teacher, and luckily for Nomad, her teacher was Kaid. While Nomad deals in knockdowns, Kaid makes his mark with electricity, and his Artilla Electro Claws bring a whole new way to electrify reinforced surfaces, barbed wire, and deployable shields. An Electro Claw can be thrown from a distance and will grab on tightly, electrifying any reinforced surface in its area of effect, meaning that you can easily electrify reinforced hatches from below. With his 3 Electro Claws smartly deployed, Kaid can electrify all of this. Their small size and deployment versatility makes Electro Claws difficult to spot and pick off. Even Maverick will have a tough time locating them because their area of effect means they don't need to be placed directly on the reinforced surfaces they're electrifying. But that doesn't mean they're invincible. IQ can easily spot them, Thatcher's EMP grenades can destroy them, and Twitch's drone can shoot them. And keep in mind that they take a few seconds to activate. So while a quick throw will help you counter a Hibana breach, by the time you hear a thermite breaching, it'll be too late for Electroclaw intervention. As a 1-speed, 3-armor operator, Kaid is a strong anchor for any defending team, and he can do significant damage with his AUG A3 SMG. Or, if you're feeling bold, take his TCSG-12 semi-automatic shotgun, which fires a single powerful slug and can support an ACOG. Both Nomad and Kaid pack a powerful 44 Magnum sidearm that comes equipped with an ACOG equivalent scope, so you're ready for a firefight at any range. The action you've been seeing here takes place on Fortress, the free new map coming with Operation Wind Bastion. You may have noticed a few portraits of Kaid hanging up around the place. That's because the Moroccan structure is both a military training facility and Kaid's home. The Fortress map was inspired by Moroccan Casbah architecture, but don't let all the intricate mosaics and the colorful stained glass windows distract you. The map features 2 interior floors with 2 objective sites per mode on each. With plenty of exterior stairs, the ability to rappel to the rooftop from nearly all sides, and towers that provide entry into the second floor that only attackers can access, Fortress offers plenty of ways for the attacking team to methodically close in on objectives from above. Defenders can lock down the first floor Hammam bomb site by funneling attackers into the showers, while attackers can counter by locking down defender rotations with long lines of sight between the bomb locations in the Hammam and sitting room. Each objective site offers its own distinct tactics, and it'll be up to you to discover them all. Operation Wind Bastion is set to deliver one hell of a knockout punch to Siege's 3rd year.
And there you have it. That is your first official look at Operation Wind Bastion with our 2 new operators, Nomad, Kaid, and our new map, Fortress. And now please keep that round of applause going for our presentation director, Alexander Karpazis. How's it going, man?
Justin, my man, it's amazing being here.
It's so incredible. This crowd has been going crazy this entire weekend.
It's a bit surreal. Yeah. The stadium, the fans, the energy that's in here, it's overwhelming. And I know I can speak on behalf of the entire dev team back home. It's extremely humbling and proud.
Yeah, extremely humbling to be here and seeing all these fans going crazy for our game that we put so much effort into. And I want to talk a little bit about the operators, the upcoming operators that we just saw in that video, because there's a few details that weren't covered that we'd like to expand upon. First, let's start with Nomad.
Yeah.
Now, that is such a crazy gadget that she has, and that is the outbreak animation that we're seeing there slightly, right? Where did that come from?
It goes way, way back to Operation White Noise, where we are developing her, and she had something that was kind of a bit like a grenade launcher that was explosive, but it didn't really feel satisfying. So we kind of put her on ice for a bit, waited a bit longer, and then Operation Outbreak came out, and it kind of clicked when we had an enemy that could push you through walls. So we married the two together, and now we have this operator that feels really, really awesome, and we spent a lot of time on the tech side, on the control side, to make it feel really good, feel really fair.
Integrating that knockback animation from Outbreak is really cool feature. I'm sure fans here are going to find many different ways to utilize that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, just going back a little bit, you mentioned that she was designed back in November 2017.
Yeah.
So she's been worked on for a year.
Yes, that's right. It's something we don't talk about a lot. We have a term that we lovingly call the fridge, where we kind of put operators that aren't quite ready, that aren't